Do you have good audio? Okay. All right, one-on-one with Jason's. It's 2 shows in 26. This is number 2, 26. I think I've shot about 6 shows in 6 years. So this is good. It's going to be 2 shows in 26. The whole focus on the next shows that's in my head, and that's basically the only way I get to do this is if I have an idea, because I've been doing this for almost 40 years and it gets pretty burned out stuff, because you go, I've already talked about that. So, and you go on YouTube and find just oodles of training segments I've done over the last 39 whatever years. But this is everything that I do with clients, everything I do myself since I was probably 15 has been some kind of a superset, a giant set, pre-exhaust superset, just to break boredom into compact workouts. All right. So I see people, a lot of people like to just hang out in the gym for a couple. That's cool if that's your thing. I love the gym. It's my whole world. But I have to keep moving. And if I don't keep moving, especially me working at my own gym, I will see, oh, there's dust on the bottom of that machine. Oh, I need to lubricate that rod or something. So I can't stop once I start. So I've already shown one of the first shows we shot in this new series was just a simple bicep, tricep. And most people get that in their brain. They go, oh, I get that. I've done that. I'm going to take you through every body part and show you that there's a way to superset them in a complementary fashion so that one doesn't negate the other. The whole point is to make, and they've done the research on this particular combo I'm fixing to show you today. I'm fixing to do a row, simple one-arm dumbbell row, and then I'm going to do a simple dumbbell bench press. Well, you would think, okay, well, your bench press is going to be weaker. No, they did the research, and you're actually stronger if you do the pull first. They don't know if they're really not sure why, by the way. All of this science and all the stuff, all the little PhDs get on TikTok and YouTube and talk crap. The truth is they don't really know, because for every 10 studies they cite, there's 10 more that say the opposite. I've been training for 50 years. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. I know what makes a workout more fun. I know how to make a workout so boring you never want to work out again, right? So that's kind of what I'm teaching. I'm not going to go into whole, but this works your back. I'm not going into the rhomboids, the spinae erector. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to tell you this works your back. I'm trying to talk to people that if you think you know a lot, man, if you're 20 and you've watched TikTok videos for 2 years and you think you're a genius, rock on, Big Daddy, you're a genius. Turn the station. If you've never read a book and you think you know it all, you're not my audience. I'm never going to convince you of anything. You think you know it all. So for those other folks that are up late or getting up early, I'm going to teach you some stuff that you can use. And I'm trying to do stuff that you can do at your house as well as in our club or any club. Now, I will say this particular superset will work in most big box chains that are so crowded you have to take a ticket to get to a lap machine, because we're not going to leave this little area. We got 2 dumbbells, 1 bench. It'll also work at your house if you got limited equipment. You could do this at your house, because a lot of times I show exercise and I'm doing a row on some $5,000 machine and a chest press on another $5,000 machine. And I know you're thinking, that's really nice, but I'm in Pensacola, Florida, you're in Mobile, how am I going to do that? That kind of thing. So I'm trying to show this stuff to y'all that you could use anywhere. And this is a good example. And it doesn't take anybody, a rocket scientist, to figure out a row or any chest press in this plane of movement. I'm trying to keep the plane of movement the same too. In other words, if I'm doing this, I'm going to do this. If I'm going to pull this way, I'm going to push this way. If I'm going to pull this way, I'm going to either do a shoulder press or I'm going to do a dip. And we'll get into all those later. I'm bad about getting ahead of myself. So I'm going to show you a real simple one-arm row, which, good Lord, how many times have I shown this exercise? I'll show you a little breakthrough of my own, though. I was doing these the other day, me and my son working out, and it just dawns on me. First, I'll show you the exercise. This is the way I like to do them. You could do your arms straight up like this, right? I was taught this probably when I was 14, and I like the wet feels. I start with my hands this way, and I rotate it, right? So it's a pronated grip to a neutral grip with a rotation. What you don't want to do, here's the little caveats. You don't want to jerk, right? You don't want to do this because you can hurt yourself, you hurt your back. You also don't want to torque so much that you twist, you can hurt your back. So it's smooth, and you want to hesitate at the top just a little bit. Just a little bit, just to flex, right? And you're kind of pulling back. The back end of the dumbbell hits around my hip, all right? So this was the breakthrough I had the other day. We always used to have benches, and these new ones don't have it. The old-timey ones had a little thing. You just roll the dumbbell between you. So then we got to where I would have to pick it up and put it over there. I don't know how many years I did that before I went, or you could walk around and you could turn this way and do the same exercise. So that's what I suggest to you. Now, as soon as you get through the last rep, you're going to come forward, grab both dumbbells, and do a chest press. I'm a big fan of dumbbells and cables. I still bench press every now and then just to make sure I still remember how to do it. Now I'll say this. Rep schemes. It'd be a really boring show, but I could do 3 or 4 shows on just rep schemes. But my little kick, if I'm going to drop off the planet tomorrow, what I'm going to leave you is, after all these years of training, it seems to me that a total volume of 25 reps seems to be just magic. 5 sets of 5, that's 25, I know the math. 3 sets of 8, 4 sets of 6. I've even done some squat workouts where I did 8 sets of 3, or bench press, 8 sets of 3. I wouldn't suggest that on this, but 3 sets of 8, great. 4 sets of 6, fantastic. 12, 10, 8, 6, good. You can leave off the 12 if you're warmed up and go 10, 8, 6. 24 reps, 10, 8, 6. 12, we've used the rep scheme 12, 10, 8, 6 for 100 years, but you could drop to 12 if you're warm. The first set, and that's progressing up each time. A lot of you will pick a weight and do that weight. That's awesome. I cannot do it. I've never been able to do it. I was a power lifter back in the 100 years ago. So what I like to do is start with whatever weight, like on this. I would start with 40s. If I'm doing 4 sets of 6, I'm going to wind up at least 60s. You know, I may start at 45s if I was really working out. I'd go 45, 50, 55, 60. And that's at, you know, almost 65 years of age. So I believe it's crucial even when you're young, as your joints get warm, as your nervous system wakes up and goes, oh, shoot, we're doing this now, huh? It matters. That's one of those other things. Like I've said, I decided I was going to shoot some new shows. A lot of it was because of you folks going, I've memorized the shows. Could you give me some new shows? So that's what I'm doing. And I thought, I'm not wasting my time on anything frivolous. If I was going to be dead in a month, what would I want to teach people that aren't in my gym that I don't get a chance to teach? And these are some of those little diamonds, little aces I'm handing out. That's what this is.